All right, I'm here with my good friend Derrick Grayson. We're going up to Washington, D.C. to do what we can to help our president who's asked us to come. We're leaving on runway 29 out of Gainesville. You ready to go, Derrick?
I am ready to rock and roll.
All right, then here we go. Gainesville traffic, Cirrus 248 Charlie Papa, departing runway 29 with a right turnout to the northeast. Gainesville. All right, we got mixture full rich, boost pump is on, flap set at 50. All right, here we go. Airspeed is alive. All right, we're ready to rotate. Flying into kind of a breeze here. Hopefully it won't be that way the whole way. Once we get up into altitude, it shouldn't be too bad. All right, pulling flaps. Flaps up. Get on the engine, and we're going to turn onto our course. Wow. Autopilot. Got a 26 knot crosswind headed way. As we get up a little bit higher, it should even out. We got some traffic right there. 900 feet above us. Now he's not. Got another guy that's 600 above us. I hope this does aim a little bit as we go. All right, so we're going to go up to 5,500 feet. We're going up at 500 feet per minute. The autopilot is on. Right now I'm in heading mode, so I'm just adjusting our heading with this little heading, that little knob there. As soon as we get on course, so we're approaching the course there. Then I'm going to put it on navigation mode. So we're battling that 26 knot crosswind coming at us this way.
Do you always pilots have to deal with that wind?
It's all dependent on the weather. Well, of course it does, but the last several times I've been out, of course, when you can choose your days, which we can't, and you can pick really nice days and where you don't even feel it. It's better than in your car. But no, we got to be there, so today's the day. All right, so we're just about on course when that green line lines up with the magenta line. I'm going to hit nav. That's going to put us on GPS. So the plane is figuring out the crab. They call it a crab. We've got to that in order to stay on that magenta line.
Okay.
Too bad. There's a guy up here. It's 200 feet below us. $300 feet below.
Why does it look like we're heading off of the...
Well, I'm trying to avoid this guy right here.
Okay.
500 feet below us. Over there somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead back on course. Now he's departing from our course this way. There he is, right there. Look over here.
Autopilot doesn't automatically avoid other planes?
Well, I'm getting that signal from Sirius XM. It's a subscription-based thing. He's broadcasting, and so Sirius picks them up, and I'm broadcasting. So he's probably looking at me back over here, so I can see all the traffic. Now there are a few people out there that don't have that, and so always got to be mindful of that too. There's two different traffic systems. One of them is Sirius XM, and the other one is ADSB. ADSB is sponsored by the government, it's paid for by the government, and that's what comes in through this antenna onto my iPad. And this is Sirius XM. But curiously enough, I don't think I have traffic turned on. Traffic. For some reason I don't have the traffic's not showing up. Got it up here. That out. Okay, so I'm trying to get up to 5,500 before we get into these clouds. And if we don't make it up 500, then I'll stop a little bit short. This is we're at 5,200 right now. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and stop us right there at 5,270. So we're underneath these. So now we're at flying into the wind. Turn it off.
Yeah.
By rotating it that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Our ground speed's only 109. So we're not doing too great on ground speed. We're flying into this 33 mile an hour crosswind here. Alright, since we have leveled out at our cruise altitude, help a little bit get back on course. Okay, our ground speed's up to 130 now. Draw the line. Alright, so now we're on GPS navigation. The only reason why I got off that was because we had traffic in the way there. Right. Alright, when it says check fuel, it's saying check fuel quantity. Use 3.6 gallons so far. When it gets to 5, I'm going to switch tank. Since we've hit our cruise altitude, we can't really get up to 5,500 because we're going to be getting in the clouds. So, do my cruise checklist. Checklist. This is an auxiliary pump. There's an engine fuel pump. So when I turn the fuel pump off, don't shit. Fuel pump off. Alright. And I'm going to set our cruise power. Right now we're at 88% power. I'm going to pull it back to about 72, and then we're going to lean the engine. I'll explain that. Right now we're using up 14.5 gallons per hour. We're throwing gas out into the atmosphere. We're not really able to burn it because there's less oxygen up at this altitude. I'm going to get us back onto a cruising. It's going to be much more. Okay, so I set it at 72, and then I'm going to go lean assist, start pulling back the amount of fuel that we're combusting, and the EGs, the engine gas temperatures, are going to start rising. It's going to start looking at, those are the different cylinders, there's 6 cylinders. I pull it back slowly, and they're going to, each one of them is going to peak. We're going to get past the peak and then come back down on the other side. Then it's going to tell us when we get the most economical fuel. So we're down to 9.8 right now. We're going to end up about 8.5 or so. First, second. All of them are going to peak and they're going to start coming back down. So we're at 9 gallons per hour right now. Last peak, coming back down. Tell me when I get to our most economical fuel usage. There you go. That's my best economy right there at 8.2 gallons per hour. And we're going 122 knots. A knot is 1.15 miles, so we're really about 140, maybe 100, about 140 miles an hour right now. I'm going to switch up a little bit. So we're actually going 13.8 nautical miles per gallon right now, which is about 16 miles per gallon. It's actually it's a very economical plane as far as planes are concerned. If you don't count flying the plane and everything else, the actual operating expense. Testing.
Have you and Mike gone flying?
Oh, Scoopine?
Yeah.
No, I don't think Mike is really a candidate for it. He's probably got I'd probably give him heart failure or something up here. See, this isn't so bad now that we've gotten above all the terrain and all the turbulence that the air causing down there. And so we're at 120 knots ground speed. And we've got a crosswind that we're working against. We've used 4.4 gallons, and so I don't have to check that again. When we get to 5, then I'm going to switch tanks. And we switch on the 5s. Best economy.
Oh, to keep the weight right?
Yes.
You don't want to use up too much on?
Yeah, we got 2 fuel tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, left and right. Okay, well, so far so good.
So far so good.
So far so good. Let's see where we are up here at, alright, so as we go, there's this low pressure that's off into the North Atlantic, and this is all this backwash of that low pressure. And so what I'm hoping is that all this will clear out. See, this one's still marginal, and that one's still marginal too. Right now, that was 35 minutes ago. The winds were calm, and it was overcast 1,000 feet. Well, we got to be 1,000 feet above the ground in order to hit the pattern, so we'd be in the soup at that. That's why it wouldn't let us, we wouldn't be able to land there. But looking back over here, say at Hanover, this is Richmond. Looking back over here, that's scattered at 2,600 and a few at 1,900. So we could get in right there. I'm looking for everything to get better as time goes. That's the way.
My ex once talked about doing it.
I'm recording right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just turned it on.
Okay.
And so here we are. We are just passing to the east of Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know if you can see it, Derrick, but Asheville is just on the other side of, that's Asheville right there. So you get over that one mountain over there, and then in between those next 2 mountains, that's where Asheville is.
Okay.
But the clouds are clearing out. It's turning out to be a really nice day. We're hoping that by the time we get up to Fredericksburg, which is our desired endpoint, that we're hoping the weather has cleared out and we'll be able to land there. But we will have to see.
We will see.
We will see, but it is turning out beautiful up here. So we'll be leaving these clouds behind us real quick.
292, turn left down there, 280.
I don't know if you can see it, but Charlotte, North Carolina is over that way. I don't know if we'll be able to make it out. It's about, it's probably about 20 miles. Might be able to see it.
Well, without a line on the ground, I wouldn't know it anyway.
Well, you see you'd see some of the tall buildings over there if we can make it out, but I think just too much haze over there. All right, we'll say goodbye to the GoPro for a little bit longer, and we'll rejoin. That everything is forecast, but then back over here at Richmond Executive, which is a little bit southeast of Richmond, then that's That was 75 minutes ago. It's going to update as we get closer. So I'm looking for everything to get better as we go. I'd love to be able to get in.
There's no airport to fly into D.C.?
Well, D.C.'s got this big orange circle around it. You can't go in there without permission. That's because the president's there. It's a permanent, temporary flight restriction that they put in place after 9/11.
I got you. Then what do the blue ones mean?
The blue ones are airspaces. This is a major. These are all different types of airspaces. This is a Class C airspace down at Richmond. And Class C has got it's a pretty big airport down there at Richmond, but it's not not like Atlanta Hartsfield.
So when you pull that, what parachutes out? The canopy or the whole plane?
The back of the plane will jettison. It's located back behind the back seat there, and the back of the plane will actually blow off.
I got you.
And then it's jet propelled. It'll go out there and inflate, then it'll catch us, and then it'll spring us down vertical.
Okay.
And then it just comes down to 17 miles an hour. Land.
Looking at the countryside. So
yep.
Where's the farthest you've flown so far?
Well, actually, the first flight I ever took in this plane was coming back from Nebraska, because that's where I bought it. And I had my Cirrus instructor with me, because I had never flown it, but she certainly knew all about Cirruses. And so we flew it back. It took 5.7 hours to get back. We had a great tailwind. We were up to like 180 ground speed, because we had this huge tailwind behind us. And so that's the furthest. Now I've been up here. I took my niece up to this airport we're trying to get into today. I took her up here back in October, because her husband Kyle he's working up here. He has a project that he is supervising, which is kind of an apartment renovation for a company that's out of here. And so he spends a lot of time. It just so happens he's up here, and so I've flown in and out of there with her. We went up there for lunch and turned around and came back.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of cool to think about.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of cool to think about. All right, so you got, back over here, you got the makings of the Smoky Mountains. And that's what, this will tell you different altitudes. When you're green, you're fine. When this turns red, that means that it's higher than you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna come up on this little area right in here, which is it's not we're well above it. But then once we get past all that, it's gonna flatten out, and it's gonna be about like this the rest of the way. So we're at 127 knots ground speed, so that's not bad. It's 147 miles an hour, something like that. That's not bad.
So what does it like show the geography of or the state line?
Yeah, it does. The one state line, let's see, I think we just passed it. That's what this is. We're in South Carolina right now. And it goes straight on up Hartwell. This is Hartwell over there. Okay. That's Clemson. Clemson is located right over there. And then this is Lake Kiowee, right through here. So we're in South Carolina.
All right, we've left Georgia.
Yep. I'm going to turn the Louisa County, Virginia. I see a couple of birds down there. Alright, we'll rotate 65 to 70. Airspeed's alive. Well, it just jumped off of the runway.
Yep, we are airborne.
We are airborne. And we are turning on course. Flaps up. Autopilot is on. Boy, what a day, Derrick.
Absolutely.
Wow, look, this is beautiful. Can't beat a day like today. Alright, so we've got 358 miles to go, and we're leaving about 11:25. So we ought to be there about 2:25. Maybe a little bit before. We're going a little bit of a headwind. $2,400 on the way up to 65. Forward navigating GPS. $3,000 on the way to 65. Climb checklist. Climb power set. Flaps are up. Mixtures to full rich. Your parameters are good. And fuel pump is off.
Straight into Georgia.
Man, I tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this. I was telling you, really good days to fly. No turbulence. At least right now. I shouldn't have jinxed this. But you like it. I don't like it.
It don't bother me.
Okay. Well, it bothers me a lot less than it used to. We would go out deep sea fishing with Wendy's dad because they live down in Savannah, and he had a little 21, 22 foot boat, so we go out there. Man, I tell you what, I'd be like, sometimes I'd be alright, but get out there and you got 3 to 6 foot seas, and you're going out to fish in 3 to 6 foot seas. It's like, why are we doing this?
So that's what I don't do.
Okay, well,
I don't have to ask myself about that. I was in the Navy, and so I don't do that. And we were down in Alabama, and Yvonne was talking about, let's go do something different. Let's go
put that microphone up.
Let's go have dinner out on the boat. I said, I'm paying.
I've been on the boat.
Yeah, I see you don't like to go on the water. And I asked her, well, why you always trying to put me on it? I don't, it ain't exciting for me to go out, especially in the ocean. Now, if it's on a lake, that might be one thing, but rough seas and all that old kind of stuff, I done that.
Hell yeah.
That ain't fun for me.
Now you'll still find you'll have some interesting experiences out deep sea fishing. But other than that, being out there in the 3 to 6 foot seas, not for me. And so when I started this, I was really kind of concerned about how I was going to deal with the potential turbulence and all that. But I find that especially if I'm flying the plane or if I'm driving the boat, I do much better. I'm under a little bit of control there, and well, a lot of bit of control, but as far as dealing with the turbulence or the bouncy seas and all that, I do better if I am in control of the machine.
Yeah. Well.
And so it really hasn't bothered me since I've actually been flying. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than to deal with it than I have. And of course, those that turbulence that you and I experienced, that's the worst I've experienced. That one little whoop-de-doo we did, I have not felt that before flying the plane. And there were several other ones mixed in with it, but that one in particular.
2 miles out.
Well, I learned that as long as you have a sound plane and a sound pilot, you know, you can experience that turbulence. You might get a drop, whatever, but as long as your plane holds together, you're just fine.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See, on the seas, it's a lot different. You know, the seas can turn a sound boat upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we went down to St. Simon's for a lunch last March. We got there's Mike and his wife Beth and then John and Karen. So we all that's something we can do. And it was really before the COVID thing hit. And so we went down there, and that's where that tanker had turned over in the little sound down there, and we flew practically right over it going into land, and it was like right there. I don't know how that happened. I guess they got the thing out of there. I don't know. All right, we're 5,700 on the way up to 65. We've got a 13-knot crosswind coming out of this way, so it won't be too bad. We can get some speed. Look, we might hit a few clouds up here, but it doesn't look like it's anything we've got to get down under for the time being. If they start to thicken up, we'll drop down to 4,500. What we should start seeing are these high cirrus clouds. So we've got that front that's coming in from the southwest into the Gainesville area, and that's what always is the leading edge of a front, is those cirrus clouds. All right, coming up on 65. Good people back there.
Yeah.
Airport. Alright, we've leveled out at 6,500. I'm going to turn the camera off a little bit. Alright, we're passing over Lynchburg, Virginia. And we're at 6,500 feet. Guys are looking really choice today. We're going to try to beat some rain back into Gainesville, though. Hopefully we'll get there in the 2 o'clock hour and beat the rain there. But this is a beautiful flight so far.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Alright, we are still proceeding southbound. We are about almost 2/3 of the way, but from upper northern Virginia down to our destination of Gainesville, Georgia. The weather's been beautiful. We haven't had a breath of turbulence at us today. It's been gorgeous. And we're flying presently over Morganton, North Carolina. We just passed Hickory. Hopefully I'll turn this back on in time to land. Alright, we have our audience back with us now. We're closing in on Gainesville. We are 14 knots away, nautical miles away. We should be hitting ground and not hitting the ground. We'll be landing 6 minutes and 16 seconds or thereabouts. Alright, so he's going 1-1. So he's going to be coming down runway 5. And
what are the ceiling traffic? Well above us, probably 1,500, 2,000 feet above us, and we're at 3,300, so probably 5,000. A little bit above that, pretty good.
start down. Start pulling back on the power. Full rich. Gainesville traffic 0248 Charlie Papa 10 miles to the northeast. I'll be entering at 45 for runway 11, Gainesville.
Gainesville traffic, 72336 Delta is 9 to the southwest, 9 mile final, runway 5, back to southwest, runway 5.
We may have to extend a little bit of our... I hear the traffic coming in on 5, I'll extend 0248 Charlie Papa, I'll be coming on 11. Alright, so this is where my alternator light always comes on. So it draws a little representation of the airport, but you can see the airport right there.
Gainesville traffic, Cessna 61942, departing runway 5. We're going to be a right turn to stay out of the way of the bridge, and we'll be out before the left traffic.
Okay, so he's going to be coming right at us. Going to make a right turn, go that way. We're coming in, and we're going to go in on one way because that's 5 is a longer runway.
Okay.
And so some guys would like that anyway, but I like to go with the wind. I'm looking for him to take off. What I might do is just go ahead, put this on steady mode. We'll go on back out and then just come straight in.
Gainesville traffic, Delta is at mile final runway 5.
ILS is an instrument landing system. So there's a beam down at this end of the runway shooting it up at a 3-degree arc. So sometimes We'll just practice it for landing in bad weather conditions.
So this is capable of using that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then that's like autopilot, right?
Well, it'll get you down to about 200 feet above the runway, at which time you really got to
grab the stick.
you got to take it off autopilot and land it. We'll come in over here off of a lake, straight in. That mountain over there, that Sawney Mountain, that's where we live. Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa. Is that ILS traffic come in yet?
You can probably beat us in. We're about a 4.5 mile final now, Dan.
All right, well, I extended out over the lake. I'll go ahead and turn on in land. Hey, flaps, we got so I'm at 90.
And with that, it's now 2236 Delta, 3 mile final, runway 5.
Well, hell.
And Gainesville traffic, 6142 has the traffic inside on the ILS no hacker. Departed in the area to southbound.
Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa. I'll do a 360 while the ILS traffic comes in over the lake and then come straight in on 11.
Traffic, tomorrow 2336 Delta, so runway 5, full stop, next step,
Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa, 3 mile final, 2.5 mile final, runway 11, Gainesville. ILS traffic, is it clear off the runway yet?
We're crossing the threshold right now, Gainesville.
See him landed down there?
Mm-hmm.
Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa, 1.5 mile final, runway 11.
Gainesville traffic, Terminal 2236 Delta, going on runway 5, we're across.
500.
Traffic, Terminal 2236 Delta, clear runway 5, taxi back 5, we'll hold short runway 11, Gainesville. Put it down, Hank.
Could have been worse.
Perfect landing. I'm still breathing.
That's right. That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
That could have been much. Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa, clear all runways. Taxiing back to the southwest hangars, Gainesville. How'd you like that?
Loved it. Loved it.
I did too.
Experience of a lifetime. Gainesville traffic, Terminal 2236 Delta, crossing runway 1129, Gainesville.
We got back in 2 hours and 54 minutes. That's what I like. I mean, you really can't fly more than, I don't know, you can fly for 4 hours if you need to, but after a while you got to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
But to be able to go do that, turn around and come back home, be here, beat the weather in,
Mm-hmm.
that worked out great. Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa, crossing 523, Gainesville. Gainesville traffic, Sirius 248 Charlie Papa, crossing 1129, Gainesville.
Gainesville traffic, helicopter good at 17 to the south, inbound landing, runway 5, Gainesville.
Those clouds look lower than they really are to me. That's because there's just definition to them, like they lower, but they held up long enough for us.
Yep.
Well, partner, we did our part.
Yes,
We did. We did our part.
And the Patriots love the fact that you and I were boots on the ground.
Yep. Yeah, we were neck and neck on our pictures, though. We were like 20 apart.
I think you eclipsed me.
Did I?
Last time I looked, yeah.
That makes me proud. Alright, who's this?
I don't know, but they don't want to go neck and neck with us.
Chew him up and spit him out.
Do we push it back into the hangar, or?
No, I've got a, what do you call it? Wait just a second. That off, clean that up, clean this up. Up. Check the magnetos. Yep.
You were right. Pelosi calls for Trump to be removed by 25th Amendment.